Here we are driving in the Arctic. It is 40 below zero. It is so cold that the metal can just snap in half. These drivers are skilled in keeping their trucks from snapping in half. The extremities are life-threatening. You would not want to be stuck out here. You wouldn't last more than 5 minutes. Today is a beautiful day, but there is times when the winds from the Arctic can howl, drop it down to 80 below. It is so dangerous. I get a crack out of them ice road truckers talking about how the I'm sure it's the producers, but how they dramatize how they dramatize the show. I get a kick out of it, especially when they go, "It's 40 below. He's going to have to chain up. He cannot make it up that hill unless he chains up. But it's 40 below. His hands will freeze." It's like, please. 40 below, you can park that truck on the hill barefoot, put in gear, drive away. All depends on your load, of course. If you're hauling up 200,000 pounds, you definitely don't stop on a hill without the right equipment. Anyway, we're not in the Arctic, we're in Utah. Again. Temperature is 3 glorious degrees outside. The colder it is, the better for grip. That's how you end up with ice highways. Is it starts out probably even raining, and then it turns to snow, and it gets packed. It's a ice snow mix, which then turns into one of the most dangerous road conditions to drive on. Another video I'm going to be posting soon. I'm cruising along at 60 miles an hour. But it's totally different conditions. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people don't know the difference in conditions of the snow. They see snow, they go slow. Period. It's fine and dandy, but don't dictate, lecture somebody else who knows all the types of conditions. And of course I don't know all of them, but I know a lot. I studied it. I didn't go to college and get me a degree in liberal snow arts. Real world experience degree. Testing the conditions. Understanding, learning them. That's why I don't have any problem driving in the snow. I know what it's all about. I don't know if I know what it's all about, but I like to play the drums. I heard someone say a long time ago, I don't know where, it might have been a drummer, it might have even been John Henry Bonham. A lot of you know who that is. Those who don't, they can look him up. Should know who he is. Except for the younger generation, probably doesn't. But anyway, the reason I play the drums, or I'll keep playing the drums until I learn everything there is about them. Once I do that, then I'll quit. The point being is you never learn all there is about it. So, just keep on playing. So, I don't know if I know all about the snow. Of course I don't, I would say. But it's fun learning it. And what I've learned, I try to teach other people, so it'll help them out. Let's kick this into gear, see if we can get this guy. I don't know if he's going to be going slow down the hill. We have a small window to get him. I don't know if he's heavy or not. Run light. What's good timing? I would say he's heavy, so he's going to go down this hill slower than I do. Temperature is now 12 degrees. Basically jumped 9 degrees. 60 miles per hour, we're at 70. Let her up there, dog. Let her up. 80-20 summit. 8,020 feet. I've always wondered where they put their measurement marker. Is that you can see there's all types of variations in the height. They must take a random. It's all downhill from here. Nice dry road. I think it's dry. It's way cold enough. Oh, dog, I want to definitely get around this guy. Be here all day. I got some time. So it looks like stuff is spraying up off his wheels, so they might have mag chloride on here. Because that's moisture coming up. And it's 11 degrees. Anybody knows anything about physics? Water freezes at 32. 0 degrees Celsius. Yeah, you can see that truck. He was throwing up a waterfall. Watch this truck too. All them tires. Playing Misty for me. He wasn't throwing it up. So you watch my window, it looks all dirty and icy right now. But watch how it disappears. It's magic. That's another thing you learn. About winter driving. Sure taking in sweet time, isn't it? The thicker areas take a little longer, I reckon. Might have to hit that with the wiper blade, but I think it would go disappear by itself. I don't even know if you guys can see it. It's right in the middle of your view. It's like evaporation. And how can you have evaporation when it is below the freezing point, which turns it into a solid? Anybody out there know? I think I know. I'm not a physicist. You know, see them snowballs rolling down the hill here? Pretty cool. So you make a snowman, grab one at the top, roll it down. Grab another one, roll it down, smaller and smaller. Of course, now isn't it snow person or snow thing? Snow it? Snow they? No snow? I don't know. Sometimes the liberals drive me insane with their terminology demands. But I would say that ice dissipates off the window via wind, because now it's nice and clear. The wind cleaned my windshield when it's so cold. 14 degrees, temperature's going up. Balmy. Seriously, when you're always dealing with 20 below pretty much for a couple of months in the middle of winter, where I'm from in the mountains, when you start hitting February, March, where it's 20 degrees outside and the sun is shining, literally you are in a t-shirt because it's nice out. It's one of the perks of living in the mountains. You can deal with the cold temperatures, but you have a hard time dealing with the hot. When it's 90 degrees, 9-0, we're jumping in a lake that's probably 35, 40 degrees because it was so damn hot outside. Another benefit of high altitude living, I could go to Vegas and I could drink a damn 12-pack and it wouldn't even, I would finally get a buzz, but if I drank a 6-pack, it didn't even faze me. I don't drink like that anymore, but I'm just saying. It's the same thing. People that come from low elevations, they go to the high elevation, they crack a beer, and they have two, and it's like they had a 6-pack. They're all buzzed. But here's one thing about high altitude living. You definitely want to drink a lot of water. Minimize your exercise until you acclimate. My brother and his friend came from Iowa. I got him a camping site up in the hills. And it was probably about 9,000 feet. And his buddy kept telling him all the way from Iowa to Grand County, you got to watch the altitude. You got to be this. You got to be careful of the altitude. You have to do this. He knew everything about the altitude. Well, he's a hunter, and he got up there, and the next day he was just gung-ho. He was out there. He's going to get his help. Oh, poor guy got wiped out. Flu-like symptoms. I had to go get him, bring him back to the house. He laid down in my son's room for about 24 hours. I kept telling him, I can take you to the hospital, but what you need to do is just relax, be still, and drink a lot of water. He came out of it. My brother took his time and he survived. I just felt sorry for that guy. The thing is he knew. So you come from a low elevation to a high elevation, just be careful until you acclimate. Usually takes about 2 to 3 days, I think, to acclimate. We used to call Denver the banana belt. Then I'd see once in a while they get hit with a storm and they're just dealing with all the snow. I was talking to another driver, I worked for Waste Management up there. I'm like, man, I feel sorry for them guys. He's like, I don't. I'm like, why? He goes, we deal with this shit all the time. And they get it once in a while. And you feel sorry for them? I'm like, well, I see your point, but they're not used to it. It's like, well, they're going to get used to it if it keeps happening to them. Yeah, I see your point. But they're not set up like we are in the mountains where you have a house, everybody's got an acre or two, houses aren't right next together, you don't have 50 trash cans on a one block stretch of road where you have nowhere to pile the snow, and it's just miserable. And I'm like, that's right. I guess they just have to deal with it. We have our fair share of stuff in the mountains to deal with. So if you ever want to be a really good driver, go get a job up in the mountains. Do it. All the time. I know some people come from Florida, they go to the mountains. This is so awesome. They hire on. Great. They don't realize that in the summer they're going up and down these hills and they're pretty steep. And you're like, oh, you guys don't do this in the winter, just in the summer, right? We are my friends there. My cough, I should say. Yeah, we do it year round, brother. No effing way. You go down this hill, you go up this hill. Yep. Year round. Yep. Through blizzards. Yep. Do you ever have any issues? Yep. The first sign of snow, they're out of there. It's funny as heck. But if you really want to do it, if you really want to learn how to drive in snow, of course, I've given you a lot of secrets away, but there's nothing like sitting behind the wheel and looking over the edge and then going down it. Heavy. There's nothing like going up it. Heavy. I had a mixer truck one time. 6x6 mixer truck. I had to back up. It went around the hill. The pump was already up there. The pump drives nose in. We back up to the pump. Had chains on my drives, not to steer, even though it was a powered axle. To back up. So I back up to it, and I back up to the pump, set my parking brake to neutral, 5-speed Mac, 8 yards of concrete, 32,000 pounds, just the concrete. So I get out of the truck and I walk over to Clarence, the pump operator. I'm like, yo, bro, what's up? What kind of slump do you want? Slump is how much water you put into the concrete. He goes, I don't know, but you better get your truck. I turn around and look, and it is sliding with its wheels locked, chains on, over the edge. And down below, there's a house. So it's sliding over the edge. I run, I mean, the 6x6s are tall. So I run over there, I open the door, I climb up, I leave the door open, I stick my foot in the door, in the door, and I hit the brake, foot pedal. Because the surface brakes are already set. Boom, the truck stops. I'm shaky. I'm still standing outside the truck, but my foot is inside. I'm ready to jump off. And I told Clarence, I go, do you want to take this truck and back it up? He goes, it's your truck, buddy. I go, I know. You throw some concrete out there or sand in the back of the pump? Yeah, I'll do that. So now I go and I'm sitting in the truck now, and the nose is already over the edge, and the tires are about 2 feet away from going over the edge. The front tires. So a little shaky and stuff, and I put it in reverse, released the air service brake, the yellow button, put it in low reverse. Now I let the clutch out a little bit, and now I let the brake off, and she starts to grab and starts to back up slowly. He got the concrete back behind the pump. I was able to get it back there and stopped, set the brakes, put it neutral, and it stayed, thank God. But I went and told the owner how we almost took out a house, and he acted like nothing happened. What do we got here? Sub 4. No weight at all. But anyway, I was a rookie too. That's the kind of stuff that puts hair on your chest, puts indentations into the seat, puts indentations in the steering wheel. But I left the door open because if it wasn't working and it was going over, I'm jumping out. I'm not going down. And I was praying to God nobody was down there in that house, because this mixer truck would have come barreling down there and just went right through it. And yeah, that was a scary experience. But that's some of the stuff you go through. Well, that's what I went through. There's a whole bunch of other ones, but you'll hear them in the course of these videos. That's how you learn about snow driving, and why a lot of drivers, I should say, will not drive in the mountains. A lot of them refuse to drive. A lot of them refuse to throw chains. I don't throw chains. Like it's an asset to not throw chains. No, it isn't. It means you're a freaking idiot. It means you're lazy. It means you're stupid because you don't know how, apparently. To say you don't throw chains, what are you doing out here on the highway? You're out here to make money. Well, the only way you make money is when them wheels are spinning. So if you come up to a chain station and you have to chain, you chain up and keep on rolling. You don't let your pride, I don't throw chains. Because I'm from Texas, I'm from Florida, I'm from Arizona. We don't do that. Fine and dandy. You can sit. There's nothing wrong with sitting. You can sit there as long as there's room in the chain station. But to me, it's like, why? Now, if you're low on hours and you have to chain up, you're not going to make it, you can spend the night there, boom, do it. Maybe the chain law will come off, but the time your 10-hour break is up. Maybe it won't. But anyway, I just keep rolling. Like I said, I'm a worker. Something comes in front of my way and it hinders me, I try to solve it. Even if it comes to something on my truck. If I can fix it, even if I have to jury rig it just to keep on rolling until I can get to the next town, I'll do it. I've done it. I'm going to keep rolling. I really hate it when I have to stop and call in a service repair, because then I got to sit. We got a plane coming in. Is that cool or what? Piper. I can fly, but I don't have a license. I know I can fly because I used to when I was younger. A buddy of mine got his pilot's license and used to go fly all the time. and he would let me fly. He was an instructor too. He even showed me how. It's been a long time, but I fly radio control airplanes, and I fly on GTA 5. And of course that's not the same thing, obviously, but the fact is I understand how all the surfaces, how the physics work, how the mechanics work, and you can understand that, and you can fly. I was amazed at the first person that flew that first helicopter. How the heck did he do that? He had to understand how everything works. You should look that up. Whoever flew the first helicopter, how did he do it? Some of those guys are crazy. They just build these inventions, hop in them, knowing full well they could probably die, but they do it anyway. Such is life. Anyway, I think this is, I don't even know what town this is. I think it's, I know it, but I can't think of it. Anyway, it's north of, or south of Park City, Utah. Till the next time, peace.